I've always been good at pretending everything is fine. My hands don't shake as I arrange the takeout containers on our dining table, Min-sik's favorite jjajangmyeon from the restaurant across town. The apartment is spotless because I cleaned it this morning before work. The lights are dimmed to that warm setting he likes. Everything is perfect, just like I've trained myself to be. 3 years engaged, and I still can't figure out why he looks at me like I'm a stranger. Min-sik, I call out, sliding my key into the lock. I'm home early. I brought dinner. The silence feels wrong. His car is in the garage, I checked. His shoes are by the door. He should answer. My heart starts this uncomfortable hammering against my ribs, but I push down the anxiety. I'm always too anxious, too sensitive. Min-sik tells me this at least once a week. I walk down the hallway, and that's when I smell it. Not Min-sik's usual crisp pine scent. Something sweeter, more delicate. Familiar in a way that makes my stomach drop before my brain catches up. Our bedroom door is cracked open, and I hear a sound. A laugh I've known since childhood, light and careless. My hand pushes the door open before I can stop myself. The scene doesn't make sense at first. My brain refuses to process it. Min-sik sitting shirtless against our headboard and Jang, my little brother, the boy I raised, the person I sacrificed everything for, wearing Min-sik's dress shirt, his neck covered in fresh marks. They both turn to look at me. Neither of them looks surprised. Neither of them looks guilty. That's somehow worse than everything else. Jiwoo. Min-sik's voice is flat, irritated, like I've interrupted a business meeting. You're early. I can't breathe. The takeout bag slips from my fingers, containers hitting the floor with dull thuds. Hyun. Jaemin finally speaks, and he still won't meet my eyes. I can explain. Explain. The word scrapes out of my throat. Explain what? How long? Does it matter? Min-sik swings his legs off the bed, utterly casual. He starts buttoning his shirt like this is normal, like my entire world isn't disintegrating. 6 months? 7? You were never going to satisfy an alpha like me, Jiwoo. You're too passive. Too needy. Your brother is less demanding. The words hit like physical blows. 6 months. While I was planning our wedding. While I was working 60-hour weeks at his company to prove I could be a good partner. While I was swallowing suppressants that made me sick because he said my heats were inconvenient. Jaemin. I turned to my brother, searching for something, remorse, shame, anything. I raised you. When mom died, when dad checked out, I gave up everything. Maybe that's the problem, Hyun. His voice is quiet but cutting. You always acted like you were sacrificing so much, like I should be grateful. But I deserve happiness too. The floor tilts beneath me. This boy, I packed his lunches for 10 years. Worked 2 jobs to keep him in his good school. Chose a local university over my scholarship to Seoul National because he needed me. And he knew. He knew what he was doing when he climbed into my bed with my fiancé. Get out. Min-sik's voice cuts through my spiraling thoughts. You're being hysterical. Come back when you can discuss this rationally. Something in me fractures. Not loudly. Not dramatically. Just a quiet, complete breaking apart. I leave without another word. My legs carry me down the stairs, out the door, into the street. I don't remember deciding to move. My phone buzzes, Min-sik calling, probably to tell me I'm overreacting, and I turn it off. The city blurs around me. Hours pass. When I finally focus again, I'm standing outside a bar I've never been to, one of those expensive places in Gangnam where alphas network over whiskey that costs more than my monthly salary. I don't belong here. I don't belong anywhere anymore. Inside, the lighting is low and amber. Everyone looks wealthy, confident, purposeful. I slide onto a bar stool and order the cheapest thing they have. It still costs more than I want to think about. Rough day. I don't look up. Something like that. Han Jiwoo, isn't it? That makes me turn. The man beside me is striking. Sharp features, dark eyes that seem to catalog everything about me in seconds. I've seen him before at company events, always across the room exchanging barbed comments with Min-sik. Kang Jihyun. Min-sik's rival. The alpha he complains about constantly, The one who doesn't know his place. My voice cracks. How did you? You're crying. He says it matter-of-factly, without pity. And you smell like distress pheromones. Something happened. I touch my face, surprised to find it wet. When did I start crying? I'm fine. The lie is automatic. I've been fine my whole life. Fine when mom died and dad disappeared into work. Fine when I gave up my dreams. Fine when Min-sik criticized everything I did. Fine. No, you're not. Jihyun signals the bartender, pays for my drink before I can protest. You don't have to go back tonight. Or ever if you don't want to. Those words, simple, direct, shatter whatever control I have left. I break. Right there in this expensive bar, surrounded by strangers, I completely fall apart. The sobs come from somewhere deep and wounded, animal sounds I can't control. My whole body shakes with it, years of swallowed grief, swallowed anger, swallowed self. Jihyun catches me before I slide off the stool. His scent wraps around me, cedar and rain, sharp and clean, nothing like Min-sik's overwhelming pine. Come on. His voice is gentle now. Let's get you somewhere safe. I should refuse. I don't know this man. But I have nowhere else to go, and I'm so tired of being strong. So I let him lead me out into the night, away from everything I thought I knew, toward whatever comes next. 3 months later, and I still wake up not knowing where I am. The panic hits first, that split second where I think I'm back in the apartment, that today I'll have to face Min-sik's cold disappointment and Jaemin's avoidance. Then I see the unfamiliar ceiling, feel the expensive sheets, and remember, I live in Kang Jihyun's guest room now. I'm safe. Relatively. My therapist, Dr. Yoon, says the disorientation is normal. That trauma fractures your sense of reality. That healing isn't linear. I'm starting to hate that phrase. Morning. Jihyun is already in the kitchen when I emerge, dressed in one of his precisely tailored suits. He slides a cup of tea across the counter. Chamomile with honey, the way I mentioned liking it once 6 weeks ago. He remembers everything I say, which still unsettles me. Thanks. I wrap my hands around the warmth. You didn't have to. I know. He cuts me off gently. I wanted to. This is our routine now. These careful morning conversations where neither of us acknowledges the strangeness of this arrangement. A rival alpha housing his enemy's ex-fiancé. It should be a scandal. Maybe it is, and I'm just too broken to care. Ready for the presentation today? Jihyun asks. My stomach clenches. Today I'm presenting my first major strategy proposal to the senior team at Jihyun's company. The job he gave me isn't charity, he made that clear, but I still feel like I'm playing dress-up in someone else's life. I've practiced it 40 times, I admit. Then you'll be perfect. He says it with such certainty, like my success is inevitable. I don't know how to exist in a world where someone believes in me without conditions attached. The presentation goes better than I dared hope. My proposal for restructuring the client outreach system is met with nods, thoughtful questions, actual interest. Afterward, the marketing director shakes my hand and says, "Brilliant work, Hanasasai. We'll implement this next quarter." I float back to my office in a daze. Someone valued my ideas. Not because I'm useful, not because I'm convenient, but because my thoughts have actual merit. I'm drafting the follow-up email when my office door opens. My brother stands in the doorway. Jaemin looks different, thinner, with shadows under his eyes that match mine. He's wearing an expensive suit I know Min-sik bought him. The scent of Min-sik's possessive claiming marks still clings to his skin, making my Omega instincts recoil. Hyung. His voice is small. Can we talk? I can't move. Can't breathe. My hands start trembling so violently that I have to grip the desk. I know I don't deserve it. He steps closer, and every nerve in my body screams danger. But I need you to understand, Min-sik, he said things, made promises. I thought he loved me. Past tense. He doesn't, does he? The words escape before I can stop them. Love you, I mean. Jaemin flinches. He treats me exactly like he treated you. I'm realizing that now. Everything is always my fault. I'm too clingy, too emotional, never enough. His eyes fill with tears. I made a mistake, Hyung. I was stupid and selfish and I miss you. I miss my brother. He reaches for me, tries to pull me into a hug like we're children again, like he didn't destroy everything. I freeze completely. My vision tunnels. Suddenly I'm not in my office anymore. I'm 15 and holding my mother's cold hand in the hospital. I'm 17 and begging my father to come to Jaemin's school play. I'm 23 and signing away my sole national acceptance letter. I'm nothing. I've always been nothing except what other people needed me to be. Get away from him. Jihyun's voice cuts through the dissociation. He's standing in the doorway, and I've never seen him look dangerous before. His alpha pheromones flood the room, protective, aggressive, mine. We were just talking. Jaemin starts. No. You were taking. Jihyun moves between us. Leave. Now. After Jaemin flees, Jihyun finds me in the bathroom. I've scrubbed my arms raw where my brother touched me, trying to get the scent off, the feeling of his hands, the memory of every sacrifice he never appreciated. I can't. The words won't come. I'm poison. Everyone I touch, I ruin. You should make me leave before I contaminate you too. Stop. Jihyun kneels beside me, carefully taking my reddened wrists. Listen to me. You survived a betrayal that would have broken most people. You get up every morning even when you don't want to. You created something brilliant today that will help dozens of people. You are not poison, Jiwoo. You're surviving. But what if I'm just using you? The fear spills out. What if I only feel this way because you saved me and I'm confusing gratitude with something else? Then we figure it out together. His voice is rough. I don't want you because you're convenient. I don't want you because I'm competing with Minseek. I want you because you're brilliant and stubborn and you've survived things that would have destroyed me. And I will wait however long it takes for you to believe that. 2 weeks later, the rumors start. Someone leaked a story to the business press. Jilted Omega seduces rival Alpha for revenge. The article paints me as manipulative, unstable, a scorned lover weaponizing my Omega nature. I see it first on my phone during lunch. The room spins. Comments flood in. People I thought were friends, colleagues, even strangers dissecting my character, my choices, my worth. That evening, there's a networking event I'm supposed to attend. Jihyun offers to cancel, but I refuse. I can't hide forever. The moment I walk in, conversations stop. People stare, whisper. A woman I knew from Minseek's company approaches with false sympathy dripping from her voice. Just sigh, how brave of you to show your face. Though I suppose when you're living off an Alpha's charity. She trails off meaningfully. The panic attack hits like a tsunami. My vision blurs, chest constricts, limbs go numb. I can't breathe, can't think. Everyone is staring and judging and they're right, they're all right, I am pathetic and broken and… Excuse me. Jihyun's hand settles on my lower back, steady and warm. His voice carries across the room. My partner and I are leaving. And for anyone interested in facts rather than fiction, Han Jiwoo is the senior strategist whose proposal just secured us the Hansung account. His work speaks for itself, unlike some people's character. He guides me out before I completely collapse. In the car, I shatter again, ugly crying, hyperventilating, convinced this will never end. He's destroying everything, I gasp between sobs. Minseek won't stop until I have nothing left. Then I'll take everything from him first. Jihyun's voice is cold steel. I've been playing nice. That ends now. Within a week, Minseek's company loses 3 major contracts. Investors start pulling out. The business news speculates about financial irregularities. And I realize with creeping horror, Jihyun is dismantling Minseek's empire. For me. You need to stop, I tell him one night. What if you're just using me as an excuse? What if I'm still just a pawn in your rivalry? Jihyun looks at me for a long moment. Is that what you really think? I don't know what I think anymore. The admission hurts. I don't know who I am outside of this pain. Then let's find out together, he says softly. No pressure. No expectations. Just us figuring it out. It's not a solution. It's not even a promise. But somehow, it's enough to keep going. The heat hits me in the middle of a Tuesday morning meeting. One moment I'm reviewing quarterly projections, the next my skin is on fire. My vision blurs. The suppressants I've been taking for years, they finally failed. My body decided it's done being controlled, done being convenient. I barely make it back to Jihyun's penthouse before the fever spikes dangerously high. Everything hurts. My bones ache, my skin feels too tight, and the emptiness inside me is agonizing. Heats without a partner can be dangerous. Fatal, even if they're intense enough. Jihyun finds me curled on the bathroom floor, shaking. Jiwoo. His voice is strained. I can smell his alpha instincts responding to my distress, that sharp, hungry edge that every alpha gets around an omega in heat. I need to know what you want. Not what you need, not what's convenient. What do you want? I don't know. I'm delirious, burning up, and the truth spills out. I'm falling for you. Have been for months. But what if it's just trauma? What if I'm broken and desperate and I'm mistaking safety for love? What if I ruin this too? You won't. He's kneeling beside me now, his scent wrapping around me like a lifeline. Let me help you. Let me take care of you. What if I'm just using you? The fear claws at my throat. What if? Then we figure it out after. His hand cups my face, gentle despite the strain I can see in every line of his body. Right now, you're in pain. Let me help. I nod, unable to form words anymore. The heat is a blur of sensation and need. But even through the haze, I notice something crucial. Jihyun never bites. Never bonds me. Even when every alpha instinct must be screaming at him to claim, to mark, to make me his, he doesn't. Because he respects my choice more than his own desperate need. 3 days later, when the fever finally breaks, I wake up clear-headed for the first time in months. And terrified. You didn't bond me, I whisper. Jihyun is sitting in the chair beside the bed, looking exhausted. No. Why? Because you need to choose me, Jiwoo. Not need me. Choose me. His voice is raw. When you're ready. If you're ever ready. Before I can respond, my phone rings. A number I don't recognize. Against my better judgment, I answer. Jiwoo. My father's voice. I haven't heard it in 4 months. We need to talk. I'm downstairs. Han Dong-wook looks older than I remember. Gray at the temples, deeper lines around his mouth. He sits across from me in Jihyun's living room like he owns the place, critical eyes cataloging every detail. This is embarrassing, he says without preamble. This vendetta against Min-sik and your brother. You're making our family look vindictive. The words are so absurd I almost laugh. Embarrassing? I know what happened. He waves dismissively. These things occur. But Min-sik comes from an important family. Jaemin has moved on maturely. You're the only one clinging to drama. Something cold settles in my chest. Moved on maturely? He's with my ex-fiancé. And they're happy. Jaemin called me last week. They're talking about bonding officially. Meanwhile, you're here playing house with Kang Jihyun, ruining business relationships out of spite. I raised him. My voice shakes. When Mom died, when you disappeared into your office and never came back, I raised your son. I gave up Seoul National. I worked 2 jobs. I was 15 years old and I became a parent because you couldn't. I was grieving. His tone is flat, unmoved. So was I. The words explode out of me. I was 15. I didn't get to grieve because someone had to pack lunches and attend parent-teacher meetings and make sure Jaemin didn't fall apart. That someone was me. Never you. I provided financially. You were a ghost. I'm standing now, shaking with rage I've suppressed for 10 years. You never came to his school plays. Never asked about my day. The only time you showed interest was when I got engaged to Min-sik, and that was because of his family's connections, wasn't it? I was finally useful to you. My father stands, straightening his jacket. You're being hysterical. When you're ready to apologize and repair this family situation, call me. Get out. Jihyun's voice cuts through the room. He's been silent until now, but his alpha presence suddenly fills the space. You heard him. Leave. After my father goes, I collapse. Not crying, I'm beyond tears. Just empty. You were right there, I whisper to Jihyun. You heard him. I didn't imagine it, did I? He really doesn't care. No, you didn't imagine it. Jihyun sits beside me. And I'm sorry. You deserved better. I don't know if I'll ever be okay. The admission feels like failure. You don't have to be okay. You just have to keep going. 2 weeks later, I'm sitting in a courthouse. Jihyun's investigation uncovered financial fraud in Min-sik's company. Embezzlement, falsified records, everything. The evidence is damning. But they need my testimony about the business meetings I attended, the documents I saw. Which means facing him. Min-sik looks immaculate in his designer suit, every hair in place. When I take the stand, his lawyer attacks immediately. Isn't it true, Mr. Han, that you're currently living with my client's business rival? Yes. And isn't it true you've been diagnosed with severe anxiety and depression following your breakup? My therapist's records. They got my therapist's records. Isn't it possible, the lawyer continues smoothly, that you're a scorned Omega seeking revenge? That your testimony is motivated by personal vendetta rather than truth? The courtroom spins. Everyone is staring, judging, seeing me as hysterical, unstable, exactly what they've always whispered. Then I see Jihyun in the gallery. He nods once. Steady. Believing. No. My voice is stronger than I expected. I'm testifying because what Min-sik did was illegal. My mental health has nothing to do with financial fraud. And I'm not scorned, I'm relieved. Relieved I escaped before he destroyed me completely. The trial continues for 3 more days. Evidence mounts. Then Jae-min is called to testify. My brother looks terrible, thin, anxious, trapped. And when the prosecutor asks about Min-sik's business practices, Jae-min provides evidence. Emails, documents, recordings. He's saving himself by destroying Min-sik. Afterward, in the courthouse hallway, Jae-min tries to approach me. Hyung, we're still brothers, right? We can get past this. I look at him, really look at him. This person I sacrificed everything for, who took and never once said thank you. I walk past without a word. Min-sik is found guilty. Criminal charges, business dissolved, reputation destroyed. We won. So why do I feel so hollow? Revenge didn't fix anything, I tell Jihyun that night. I thought it would feel like justice. But I just feel empty. Because revenge isn't the same as healing. He hands me tea, sits beside me. But it closed that chapter. Now you get to write the next one. What if I don't know how? Then we figure it out together. It's becoming our phrase. Our promise. And maybe that's enough. 6 months after the trial, I stand in front of my own apartment door. It's not Jihyun's penthouse. It's mine, a modest 1-bedroom in Yongsan with morning sunlight and a view of Namsan Tower. I signed the lease myself, paid the deposit with money I earned. My name on the contract, my choice. I could have stayed with Jihyun. He never asked me to leave. But Dr. Yoon said something that stuck. You can't know if you love someone until you know you can survive without them. So here I am. Surviving. The apartment still smells like fresh paint. I'm furnishing it slowly. A couch I actually like, not what someone else chose. Books I want to read. Plants I'll probably kill, but I'm trying anyway. Each small choice feels monumental, like reclaiming pieces of myself I didn't know were missing. My phone buzzes. Jihyun. Dinner tonight? No pressure. He always adds that. No pressure. Letting me set every boundary, control every pace. We see each other 3 times a week now. Dinners, weekend coffee, the occasional movie. Dating, I guess, though neither of us has used that word. Yes, I text back. 7 p.m.? Perfect. Your place or mine? I want him to see this space I'm building. Want him to understand I'm choosing this, choosing him, from a place of strength, not desperation. Before dinner, I have my weekly shift at the Omega Youth Shelter. This is the part of my life that feels most mine. Every Thursday, I mentor young Omegas from difficult situations, runaways, abuse survivors, kids whose families rejected them. I help them with job applications, listen to their fears, remind them they're more than what society says Omegas should be. Today, a 17-year-old named Miho sits across from me, picking at his sleeve. My alpha boyfriend says if I really loved him, I'd drop out of school. That Omegas don't need education. The words hit like a punch. I was once that person, believing my worth came from service. What do you want? I ask gently. I want to study engineering. His voice is small, but he says that's selfish. Loving yourself isn't selfish. It's survival. I meet his eyes. I stayed with someone who made me small. It almost destroyed me. You deserve someone who wants you to be big, loud, ambitious, messy, real. All of it. Miho's eyes fill with tears. What if no one else wants me? Then you want yourself. That's enough. I promise that's enough. After he leaves, the shelter director finds me. You're good at this, Jiwoo. Have you thought about expanding the program? We could use a full-time coordinator. A full-time position. Meaningful work helping people like me. The old Jiwoo would have asked permission. From Min-sik, from my father, from anyone but myself. Yes, I say. I'm interested. That evening, Jihyun arrives with wine and this nervous energy I've never seen on him. What's wrong? I ask, pouring glasses. I need to tell you something. He sits on my new couch, looking uncomfortable. There's a problem with the Singapore expansion. Major investor pulled out, board is panicking. I might need to relocate there for 3 months to salvage it. My stomach drops. 3 months. I know the timing is terrible. We're finally figuring this out. He runs a hand through his hair. But the company needs this. I need this. The old panic tries to surface. He's leaving, everyone leaves. You're not enough to make anyone stay. But I breathe through it, apply the techniques Dr. Yoon taught me. Then you should go, I say. He looks shocked. Just like that. Just like that. I sit beside him. Jihyun, for months you've supported my healing. Let me support your dreams too. That's what partners do. Partners. He tests the word, and something warm blooms in his expression. I like that. We talk through logistics, video calls, messages, the return date. And for the first time, I realize I'm not terrified of him leaving. Because I trust he'll come back. Because I know I'll be okay either way. The 3 months apart are harder than I expected, but different than before. We write letters, actual handwritten letters like old romantics. Jihyun's are surprisingly vulnerable, talking about childhood loneliness, the Omega he loved who chose duty over him, how meeting me changed something fundamental. Mine are honest in ways I've never been. I write about the shame I carried, how I'm learning to separate self-worth from usefulness, the small victories like cooking dinner without anxiety or speaking up in meetings. I think I'm becoming someone I actually like, I write one night. Someone whole, not just someone's Omega. His response comes a week later. You were always whole. You're just finally seeing it. Then, 2 weeks before Jihyun's scheduled return, Min-sik appears at my apartment building. He looks terrible, weight loss, expensive suit rumpled, that polished veneer cracked. He's out on bail pending appeal, his empire destroyed. Jiwoo. My name sounds foreign in his mouth. Please. Just 5 minutes. Every instinct screams to run. Instead, I stand straighter. 2 minutes. Outside. On the street, Min-sik looks at me like I'm a stranger. I made mistakes. I see that now. But what we had, it was real, wasn't it? We could start over. I could be better. A year ago, these words would have destroyed me. Would have made me question everything, wonder if I gave up too easily. Now I see them for what they are, manipulation from someone who lost control. No, I say simply. What we had was you needing someone small enough to manage. I'm not that person anymore. It's Jihyun, isn't it? Bitterness creeps into his voice. He stole you. No one stole me. I chose myself. Then I chose him. That's the difference you'll never understand. I walk away, and for the first time, I don't look back. When Jihyun returns, I meet him at the airport. He looks exhausted, 3 months of stress evident in the lines around his eyes. But when he sees me, everything softens. "Hi," I say, suddenly nervous. "Hi." He drops his bag and we just look at each other. "I missed you," I tell him. "Not because I needed you. Because I wanted you. There's a difference." "I know." His voice is rough. I felt it too. We go back to my apartment. No rush, no pressure. We talk for hours. About Singapore, about my new job offer, about the future we're both starting to believe in. "I'm ready," I say eventually. "Ready for what?" "To choose you. Completely. Not from trauma, not from gratitude. From love." His breath catches. "Are you sure?" I've never been more sure of anything. When he kisses me, it feels like coming home. And when I offer my neck, the spot where a bond mark would go, he hesitates. "You don't have to." "I want to. I'm choosing this. I'm choosing us." The bonding is gentle, deliberate, both of us crying because it means everything. Not possession. Partnership. 2 whole people choosing each other. 2 years later. I'm teaching a workshop at the youth shelter, now a full program I coordinate, when Jihyun retexts a photo. It's the ultrasound. Our pup, tiny and perfect, growing inside me. This pregnancy was my choice, my timing when I was ready. Not because anyone expected it, but because I wanted it. A young Omega raises his hand. "Hansai, how did you know you were ready for all this?" I think about the question. About the boy I was, desperate to be useful, terrified of being alone, convinced his worth came from service. And the person I am now, scarred but strong, loved but independent, broken but rebuilt into something better. I learned that I was enough, I say finally. Just me. Everything else was extra. After the workshop, I walk home through the evening streets. My apartment, our apartment now, since Jihyun moved in last year, glows with warm light. Inside, he's cooking dinner, humming off-key. He looks up when I enter, and his smile is everything. "Welcome home," he says. And finally, after everything, I am.